She came with 9 people, and we're plussing up, consistent with a strategic relationship, enduring in nature between the United States and Ukraine. We're not just here during difficult times, we're going to be here during good times too. 2.5 years ago, we had a meeting in the Senate, a classified setting, but it got out pretty quickly that we were told that Kyiv would fall in 4 days. In 3 weeks, the country would be taken over by the Russians, but there'd be some level of insurgency. Well, they were wrong. 2.5 years later, 6th visit, Ukraine has taken Russian territory. What I think about Kursk? Bold, brilliant, beautiful. Keep it up. Putin started this, kick his ass. Bottom line is to the administration, I appreciate your support. Let these people fight. Give them weapons they need to win a war they can't afford to lose. When it comes to F-16s, way too long. They're here. Let's use them. Let's train Ukrainian pilots. When I talked to President Zelensky just a few minutes ago, if you're a retired F-16 pilot and you're looking to fight for freedom, they will hire you here. They're going to look throughout NATO nations for willing fighter pilots who are retired to come help them until they can get their pilots trained. So we're going to get these jets in the air sooner rather than later. We're looking for pilots who are willing to fight for freedom as the Ukrainians train their own pilots. So my message is we need to be all in. Here's what I want to see happen in 2024, calendar year 2024. I want to see an invitation issued to Ukraine to join NATO. So I'm going to have dinner with the new Secretary General Thursday. I'm going to bring this up. I'm asking President Biden, before you leave office, make sure this invitation gets issued. There'll be another supplemental, I hope, in December. And it will be a military-centric supplemental. The weapons that they're using here are made in America, creating American jobs. And every weapon we give the Ukrainians are used to full effect. We've learned a lot about our own weapon system by providing them to the Ukrainians, what works and what doesn't. So I'm hoping that in December we can have another infusion of weapons provided by the United States to help the Ukrainians fight in 2025. Hope in 2024 an invitation will be issued to Ukraine to join NATO over the arc of time under certain conditions. In 2024, I hope we will secure a strategic agreement between the United States and Ukraine regarding critical minerals. To the people of the United States, Ukraine is sitting on top of about $1 trillion of minerals necessary for the 21st century. If you believe in electric vehicles, you need batteries. Well, Ukraine is blessed with a lot of lithium. So let's have an agreement between the United States, Western allies, and Ukraine to mine that lithium, creating processing centers in Ukraine, which will create jobs for the Ukrainian people, and have a strategic relationship between the United States and Ukraine, so these minerals help the West, they don't fall in Putin's hands. To the American people, Ukraine can be one hell of an ally to us. They have things available to them under their soil that would benefit our economy. Let's do an agreement this year, locking down this relationship for the future. So I'm very bullish on where we're headed. 2.5 years later, not only is Ukraine still standing, they're thriving. They have suffered. You have lost a lot of people. Your economy's been hit hard, but you're still standing, and you have one of the strongest militaries of any place on the planet. Now, welcome the day when you're burning NATO. If I had to go to war with any group, I'd pick Ukraine, because you'll know how to fight, and you're willing to fight. So I told President Zelensky, I want 2024 to be the year to prepare for victory. The sooner this war ends, the better, but it's important this war end the right way. It end honorably, that this democracy called Ukraine still stands. And all those people who died and fought for the freedom of Ukraine will not have died in vain. I am more optimistic than any time since I've been here that if we'll give Ukraine what they need with no limitations, let them use the weapons that they need to win the war they can't afford to lose, we're going to have more success on the battlefield. And I want Putin to know that Ukraine is going to make their own decisions. And if Ukraine wants a strategic relationship with the United States economically, it is there to be had. So I am hopeful that President Biden, as he ends his term in office, will set the conditions for victory in Ukraine.
I think we have time for one question. Right there, RBC.
Thank you. As you said about flexibility of usage Western weapon here, as I understood right, in your opinion, is it possible for American government to cancel all the remaining restrictions about usage Western weapon?
Well, let them use the weapons in a way to make it real to Russia what's happened here. Long-range artillery has allowed Ukraine to go on the offensive and move Russia back. The F-16s need to be allowed to operate to the maximum benefit of protecting Ukraine from an invasion. So the limitations on the weapons need to end so that we can make it real to Russia what happens if they continue to try to destroy Ukraine. Going into Russia on the ground was a brilliant move, a bold move, and it came from people who are willing to fight for their own freedom. So the weapons we provided should be used to the maximum effect of maintaining this democracy, making sure it survives this invasion. And the weapons we're providing not only is helping Ukraine, it will deter others. If we do this right, other aggressors throughout the world will be less likely to invade their neighbor if we stood with Ukraine and prevailed. So to the administration, remove the limitations that prevent the weapons from being fully used to deter the invasion. Let's think long-term about Ukraine, not short-term. Let's have strategic agreements that have a relationship between the United States and Ukraine economically as far as the eye can see.